Greetings, happy coders, welcome back, and here we are with a little Halloween hangover. This is still Manic Miner Trick or Treat, and I have updated it with AY music now from Pedro Pimenta. There's just one tune now, but hopefully there is going to be a second one added a little bit later, and I've also added another feature. So it's more or less finished now as to what I wanted to release for Halloween. I'm a couple of days late, but I'm sure you'll forgive that. Let's take a look. And I'll play it a little bit and just also talk about some of the things that I did and how I implemented it. So we'll get this loaded up straight away. Give you a chance to listen to the music first. So let's go into the game and play with the music a little bit, just so you get an idea. Okay, I'll just switch the music off so that I can talk a little bit, just to show you what I've done. So this kind of lamplight mod, of course, it's not hugely original. It's been done a few other times, but the ULA plus colors really makes a difference. I did something similar to Andy John's Nixie game a couple of years ago, but never actually released it. But this is something that a few people have been asking me to do for a while, and there was something similar to this done on Manic Miner, but using the Spectrum palette. And it doesn't really give the atmosphere that you would want. So anyway, I think I'm a bit screwed here. So anyway, trying to talk and play at the same time. But yeah, so this uses ULA Plus palette, and although ULA Plus doesn't cover the full spectrum as much as you'd like, particularly with the blue, it does have a nice range of red and yellows, and as you can see, that gives us a really nice range. There are actually, I think, 12 colors here that I'm using, so I'm using more than just the simple 7 available ink colors. I'm actually also using the bright as well. So yeah, apologies if you can't hear me above the beeping, but yeah, so that was that. Now Manic Miner itself is quite a memory hungry program, the original, because each screen takes about 1K each. It's not compressed in any way, so the top sort of 20K is all used up with those screens. And so what I had to do was compress the screens down. I used actually the new compressor by Einar Saukas, which is called ZXO. Separated the screens out, I'm going to die. Separated the screens out and compressed them individually, and that freed up about 10K, so I had plenty of space to work then, to then write the routines. But in addition to that, because of the way that the game uses, it actually uses an attribute buffer, which also is used for some of the things like collision detection, collecting the objects and various things like this. So I actually had to add a second buffer. There would have been perhaps a simpler way of doing it, but since I had a lot of memory free, having freed up quite a nice chunk of memory, I was able to do that, and that's how we're able to have this overlay. So the first thing I did was just see if I could get it running with just a single color, and once I did that, then I knew that I could add the rest of the effect. One of the other things I really wanted to do as well was make sure that you could actually see the keys glowing in the dark. So obviously if it was completely dark, it wouldn't really make it much fun. You can make out the rest of the enemies there with a very, very dark red, and the keys, of course, are sort of glittering in the dark. And then here you can also see that the portal here also glows. So it's just little gameplay elements that are important. Now, when I was playing this level, I actually realized that it's quite tricky. I'm going to die again. Is that game over? It is. That's unfortunate. So let's just pause it and skip to that level again. Okay, and here I am back in the room, and as you can see, I can get to this level without dying. It's just talking and playing at the same time is tricky. Okay, so yeah, that portal there, as you can see, I wanted it to be visible once you collect the keys, but ULA Plus, of course, makes use of the flash bit, so you don't have a flash attribute. So I added that glow effect, and I think that works quite well as well. These little gameplay elements, you know, you want to make sure that if you add a mechanic like this, that it does the job. Now, there is one more thing which I've added, which is that you can actually change the shape of the lamp. So you can see here we've got a wider beam, and I can also switch to this one, which is a narrower beam, like that. So you can see the difference is that now with this wider beam, if I switch like this, you can see that bird there, and you can see it quite clearly, and that's good. But if I switch to the narrow beam, it goes further along, and that means that you can just about make out that second bird, which is quite important, because when you're up here and you want to avoid that bird, you want to be able to see where it is a little bit further away. Of course, you can make it out there, just sort of in the shadows. I don't think I can do this now, can I? I'm not sure. I don't think it's possible. No. Anyway, talking while playing, like I said. So yeah, it's just another option. You can press one on the keyboard, and you'll get the sort of circular minus lamp, and then you can sort of tweak it a little bit and get a wider beam like that, where you can see further ahead of you. And obviously, as you can see there, you can't see as much above you. So as you're playing the game, you can just kind of switch between them depending on the level that you're playing. So I thought that would just be a nice touch to add to the game, just to give it a little bit more interest, a little bit more of a mechanic. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So really that's it. I guess I'll just play a little bit more without commentary, and you can listen to a little bit more of the music. Damn it. Okay, that's it. And I skipped the end sequence there. It was just, I didn't really think you needed to see it any more than you already probably have. Okay, so I guess that will do it. Hope you like that. As I said, it's available to my patrons now. If you sign up, even on the lowest tier, it's absolutely free. Well, you know, in exchange for your kind support. And I will see you in the next video. And as always, happy coding. Bye-bye.